Hey everybody, Matthew Armstrong here, and this is day 70 of this 100-day financial freedom challenge. And this is a follow-on video from the last video from day 69. So if you haven't watched video 69, make sure you watch video 69 first, so this video will make a lot more sense to you after you watch that video first. So you can click on this link here to watch that video, and then watch this video, and you'll get it a lot more. So what I'm going to teach in this video is the great secret of the rich, and it is so simple that it's going to blow your mind. The great secret of the rich. And one of the differences between rich people and poor people is poor people work for money, and rich people make money work for them. Money works for rich people while poor people work for money. That's the one of the main differences. And I'm going to demonstrate this to you with a few things on the whiteboard here. This is stuff that I learned from Robert Kiyosaki, from his books and things like that. If you want to get rich, don't go to school. He's got some great titles, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and all that sort of stuff. And so yeah, some amazing distinctions you're going to get right now. So listen in and write this stuff down, because it is powerful stuff and it will transform your financial destiny. Okay, so I'm just going to draw some boxes up here, because we have let's see if I can get that in there. We have our income, and we have our expenses. Then we have some other box down here where we have our assets in here. Liabilities. Right, so obviously everyone understands income. That's the money you make from the job you do, or the profession you do, or the business you have, or whatever. That's your income. Your expenses is what you spend money on. You spend money. Your expenses are your taxes, your food, your bills, your rent, your car payments, all that sort of stuff. Those are your expenses, right? And then down here, your assets. I talked about this in a video about a week back about your assets and liabilities. Crucially important you understand that. So watch that video, the one with, what was it called? Just watch all the videos. You'll find it with assets and liabilities. And to get this distinction is very, very crucial as well. Basically, assets are things that put money in your pocket, and liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. So just say you stop getting paid, you have no more money. Assets are going to feed you, or liabilities are going to eat you, is another way of kind of putting it. So assets would be your investments. If you have, just say you have some rental properties, they bring in money every month. Those are assets. Just say you have some, you've built up a portfolio of investments, of stocks and shares. Those are assets. Just say you have some precious metals, gold and silver, that you've been building up. Those are assets, right? So you can take income from your assets, from the growth of your investments. The growth of your investments, you can actually draw an income just from that. Liabilities are things like if you just say you own a house, or you're paying a mortgage that is through the roof, and the house prices are low, and you bought a house, and when house prices were high, huge liability there. It's not like you can sell your house off and make money. It's not like you're paying less than you would pay for rent or whatever. Then maybe you've got a big house, so then you've got big bills. You've got big heating bills or whatever for that. Just say you've got a big fat car, guzzles fuel. Total liability, right? You're having to get your tires changed. It costs a couple of $1,000 just for new tires for your big fat vehicle. It's just total liability. Just say you bought a yacht, you've got a boat in the water, you've got to pay for that space to have it there, you've got to pay for the maintenance and all that sort of stuff. Complete liability. So those are definitely liabilities and assets. And so here's the difference. So this is what poor people do. So here's poor people. Poor people get an income. Whether it's an income from a job they do, or whether it's an income from from the state, whether they get given money from the government to live. They have an income, and that income goes straight into expenses, and then it just gets all completely burnt up and out. You know, so they get the income, goes into expenses, and just gets burnt up. At the end of the week, pretty much no money left, and then it just continuous cycle. You know, that's what poor people do, right? And then you have the middle class, right? You have the middle class. And the middle class are a little bit different. They get their income. So their income comes in, and then what their income goes to first quite often is that when it goes through their expenses, goes down to their liabilities. Because the middle class, they have more liabilities. The middle class have their boat payments, have their car payments, have their mortgage payments, you know, have their house in the country payments, have their exotic holiday payments that they're paying off, have their credit card payments that they're paying interest on, you know, the school fee payments, just kind of goes out, right? You know, so it goes to the liabilities, and then up to the expenses again, and then out. So that's the middle class. That's the cycle the middle class are in, you know, of doing that. But then there's the rich, and that's the one we want to get to, right? Because the poor and the middle class, they don't understand the difference between assets and liabilities. They think that their house, their car, their boat are all assets because they've got the stuff, right? But no, they're liabilities because they're sucking money out of their bank account, right? Siphoning money out with these things. So the assets, what the rich do, is the rich draw income from their assets. So the rich are actually kind of happy hanging out around here. They draw income from their assets to here, right? And then, so then their income comes from their assets, and then will, you know, go down and sort out all their expenses. You know, so then they're free from this whole cycle, and you know they can have some liability, sure, as well, but it's the income from the assets that they don't have that makes that happen. That's the difference. So here's the thing: if you want to be in the rich, you want to be in the poor and the middle class, then you got to start thinking about assets. You got to start thinking about assets and being able to draw an income from your assets to then cover to then get your income, then cover your expenses and any liabilities you have. That's the secret. It's very, very simple, and maybe at the start it's kind of difficult to get your head around, but that's it. That's the only difference between the rich, the middle class, and the poor. And in the next video, I'm going to show you something else. In the next video, I'm going to show you how the rich get away with paying very little taxes, and why, you know, what's the first thing that gets hit here from the poor and the middle class? When the income comes down, what's the first thing that comes off? First thing that gets siphoned off is the taxes. Boom, taxes. Before they can pay for anything else, taxes come off. What do the rich do? Okay, I'm just going to give it to you in this video. Let's do it. What do the rich do? Here's what the rich do. Because the rich are drawing their income from their assets, what they do is they set up a corporation here. So they have their corporation. That says corporation, I swear it. Have the corporation here. And so what they do is they siphon off money from the corporation into their expenses before it comes up here. So then there's all the money's coming into here, and then a small amount's coming up to here, which then goes down, and then they pay a small amount of taxes because they've got all these different strands coming from the corporation paying for their expenses and making it a business expense. And that's what the rich do. That's why they pay little taxes. Where do you want to be? Seriously, you know. This is financial intelligence. If you want to be financially intelligent, if you want to be financially intelligent, understand this, because this is financial intelligence. You know, the difference between having high financial intelligence and low financial intelligence is what you do when you get your money. When you get your money, do you just throw it into all these liabilities, or you take it and you put it into assets and you make that money work for you rather than you continuously going around the treadmill like the hamster on the treadmill, working for money, being a slave to money. The people that say that they don't like money, money's bad, money's evil, and all this sort of stuff, and money's just some lowly thing that we need to get away from, those are the people that are actually slaves to money. They're slaves to it. So you can either be a slave to money or you can be a master of money. Choose to be a master of money, and by understanding these things, by watching this 100-day series, you will master money. And by making a decision now, clicking on the link below, joining our team, you will learn to master money, especially when you are on my team, because you can see that I've got some experience in this now, some understanding of this, and I can help you understand it at a deeper level and create that financial freedom faster than maybe anything you've ever seen before. So make sure you click on the link below, join our team, and let's make things happen.